I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try to be the best. I get y'all saying best player in the world. That's great. It looks great. But I want to be the best person. I want to be the best teammate because that's how I get the best out of my team.
The Las Vegas Aces have been a dominant force in the WNBA in recent years. A powerhouse team that attracted top-tier talent and built a reputation for being nearly unstoppable on the court. With 4 Olympians on their roster and MVP Aja Wilson as the face of the franchise, they seemed poised to create a legacy difficult to match. Under Wilson's leadership, the team captivated fans, crushed rivals, and set a new standard for excellence. However, as the 2025 season approaches, troubling signs of internal discord, shifting priorities, and fading team chemistry are becoming evident. These issues raise concerns that the Aces may be on the brink of unraveling, threatening the future of their once unbreakable dominance.
As it seemed like Aja Wilson was diminishing the accomplishments of players like Kelsey Plum and Paige Beckers and someone who is her teammate. It felt like she was giving Kelsey Plum a backhanded compliment. And a lot of people, Aces fans, WNBA fans, Kelsey Plum fans, across the board really had a problem with this video, and it really left a sour taste in their mouth.
The Aces have struggled to maintain their once unbreakable momentum, with recent performances falling short of the excellence fans had come to expect. While many factors can contribute to a team's decline, the Aces' issues seem to stem from deeper, more complex sources. Increasing internal tension, unaddressed frustrations, and a team dynamic that has shifted from unified and supportive to fractured and strained are at the core. What was once a cohesive group with a shared vision now appears to be grappling with ego clashes and a troubling lack of cohesion, threatening to undermine their championship legacy.
So there once was a marketing campaign that said, "Winning is not for everyone," by Nike. Dropped just before the gold medal game in the Olympics this year. And unfortunately for the Las Vegas Aces, turned out to be...
At the center of it all is Aja Wilson, the undeniable star of the Las Vegas Aces. There's no questioning her talent. As a 2-time MVP, Wilson has firmly established herself as one of the league's elite players. Her name is now synonymous with the Aces brand and identity, and her influence on the court is profound. Wilson's leadership is often credited with driving the team's success. However, as her star continues to rise, the dynamics within the team seem to be shifting, and not for the better.
I want to be in this situation next year where I'm saying, do you remember when you people were giving her grace, saying that she's 22, media training is not there? 1 year afterwards, she's still in the same position.
For the past few seasons, it's felt like Aja Wilson and the Aces, with Wilson receiving most of the media spotlight, accolades, and fan attention. While her contributions are undeniably significant, this focus has left other talented players like Kelsey Plum and Chelsea Gray feeling overlooked. This growing imbalance threatens the team's cohesion, as these skilled players struggle to find appreciation and their own identity within an Aces hierarchy that has become almost entirely centered around Wilson's success.
When it was announced that Caitlin Clark was getting a signature shoe, a lot of people were like, how does Aja Wilson, WNBA champion, MVP, Finals MVP, All-Star, SEC champion, NCAA champion, all of that, how does she not have a shoe?
Kelsey Plum, for example, is an explosive guard with remarkable scoring ability and an intense competitive spirit that sets her apart. Known for her quick moves and fearless drives to the basket, Plum has the potential to be a franchise player in her own right. Chelsea Gray, another crucial member of the Aces, brings unmatched playmaking skills and an impressive knack for delivering clutch performances in critical moments. Both Plum and Gray could easily be the centerpiece of any other WNBA team, yet they're often sidelined in the media, overshadowed by the constant spotlight on Aja Wilson.
Sure, the Aces still won games, but the Aces that we see now is a star personality heavy team that lacked the hunger that drives teams to actually be exceptional and win championships.
When you're part of a team that's supposed to function as a unified force, but one player consistently receives the majority of praise and recognition, it can create an undeniable sense of imbalance and frustration. Basketball is as much a mental game as it is physical, requiring focus, confidence, and camaraderie to succeed. If players feel their contributions are undervalued or overlooked, it not only affects their individual performance, but can also chip away at their loyalty to the team. Over time, this perceived lack of appreciation can create rifts, affecting team morale and the shared goal of winning.
So even with the MVP on their roster, even with a $1 million NBA coach, even with 6 Olympians on your team, the Aces lose in the semifinals, and their quest for a rare three-peat is now over.
Then there's the curious case of Kate Martin, a talented young player who joined the Aces through this year's draft. Coming in with high expectations and a close friendship with Caitlin Clark, one of college basketball's brightest stars, Martin was anticipated to bring a fresh dynamic and energy to the Aces lineup. With her impressive skill set, Martin seemed poised to make a meaningful impact on the team. However, instead of thriving, she has seen limited minutes on the court, barely given a chance to showcase her talents. To complicate things further, Caitlin Clark's arrival in the WNBA has sent ripples throughout the league. The young star, with her electric playstyle and magnetic charisma, has captured the attention of fans, media, and even her fellow players. Clark's remarkable debut with the Indiana Fever has been impossible to ignore. Her bold moves, high-scoring games, and ability to command the court have made her a fan favorite almost instantly, drawing even more attention to the situation in Las Vegas.
We're saying Caitlin has now proven herself basketball-wise, but you all weren't making a basketball argument. You weren't making a basketball argument.
We're not saying we were making a basketball
No, Andrea, I'm not going to let you do that.
Go ahead,
Andrea, I'm not going to let you make it seem like Caitlin Clark was averaging 5 points a game. At the time, she was still averaging 16 points a game, which was more than a lot of other guards that made the team. So don't do that. Don't make it seem like she was averaging 5 points and this was like a handout.
Her presence serves as a wake-up call for many across the league, a stark reminder that the spotlight isn't a given, and that every player must fight to secure their place in the narrative. Clark's immediate impact has also added a new layer of competition, pushing established players to reconsider their roles, and perhaps sparking envy among those who once held the spotlight. For a league steeped in legacy and tradition, Clark's rise is a game-changer, reshaping expectations and igniting renewed rivalries, especially for the Aces.
WNBA Player of the Week. Surprise, surprise. Indiana Fever rookie sensation, Caitlin Clark. It's nothing really to say other than that. She's winning Rookie of the Year. She's a top candidate for League MVP honors. She ain't beating Asia Wilson for the MVP, but she beating Angel Reese for the Rookie of the Year. That's a wrap. That's over. And props to Angel Reese, who's had a good year, by the way.
Watching Caitlin Clark command the spotlight has been a tough pill to swallow for the Aces. They've basked in league-wide attention for years, but seeing a rookie like Clark seize the headlines has stirred something within the team. Some say the Aces are starting to crumble as players clamor for their own share of recognition, especially after seeing how swiftly Clark has built her brand and fan base. In many ways, Clark's sudden rise has exposed the underlying fragility in the Aces hierarchy. With so much emphasis on AJA Wilson as the team's face, the other players, who bring their own unique skills and achievements, may feel sidelined.
Fallout has begun. So the first domino that fell was on October the 10th when Natalie Nakase, who has been with the team during their championship runs, she decided to leave her assistant coach role with the Aces and become the new Golden State Valkyries head coach.
This lack of balance has created an environment ripe for jealousy and rivalry. For a team that once thrived on unity, it was perhaps inevitable that sooner or later, individual ambitions and unresolved frustrations would start to erode their cohesion, undermining their collective goals. There's also speculation that AJ Wilson herself is feeling the weight of mounting pressure. She's been the Aces' cornerstone, carrying the responsibility of their success on her shoulders.
We did pretty well. It wasn't our outcome, but damn, we did pretty good, considering how we had stacked against us.
But now, with the team seemingly crumbling around her, she may be questioning her future with the franchise. Wilson has poured her heart and soul into this team, striving to lead them to greatness. Yet, as internal conflicts arise and players drift out of sync, it's not hard to imagine the strain she's feeling. Wilson's desire to win is evident. She's been vocal about her commitment to excellence. But as the team's cohesion erodes and players seem less aligned with her vision, it raises a daunting question. How can she continue to push forward and achieve her goals if her teammates aren't fully on board or are distracted by personal ambitions and frustrations?
I would not be surprised if Kelsey Plum is not on the roster next year. She is a unrestricted free agent for 2025. And the Aces, they got to make their decision. What do you want to do? Do you want Kelsey Plum to remain on your team or not? Because you kind of have to break up the core. I think the main players that, they're probably not going to touch at all would be Asia Wilson and Jackie Young. Chelsea Gray probably is probably closer to a lock to stay with the Aces, but one of the four kind of has to go, in my opinion, for them to sort of really.
For the Aces, this fallout could bring serious, far-reaching repercussions. As key players grow disillusioned with the team's dynamics, there's a real risk that the Aces won't be able to retain their talent in a league where team cohesion is paramount. Ongoing internal issues could spark an exodus of players seeking stronger, more unified teams elsewhere. Should that happen, Wilson could find herself facing the upcoming season with a roster that lacks the elite support she's come to rely on. For a player of her caliber and competitive drive, playing without top-tier teammates not only means a tougher climb to success, but also risks diminishing her chances at future championships.
Caitlin Clark currently the face of the WNBA? Yes. Do I think if Asia Wilson dropped a shoe and Caitlin Clark dropped a shoe today at the very same time, that Caitlin Clark would outsell Asia's shoe by 100 times? Yes, I think that would be the case.
The stakes are high. Wilson's legacy and the Aces' reputation are both on the line. And without a cohesive, supportive unit around her, the team's hopes for continued dominance may quickly fade. While the Aces' situation looks bleak, it also opens the door for an up-and-coming team like the Indiana Fever, led by the electrifying Caitlin Clark. The Fever represent a young, determined group with everything to prove. Clark's arrival has infused the team with new energy and quickly revitalized their playoff ambitions.
I feel like every time I get on my phone, everybody has something negative to say about the WNBA. So we're going to talk about all of the amazing things that have happened in the WNBA this season and what the new fans can expect to see next season. First up, the WNBA is officially on fire when it comes to engagement. This year, they attracted over 54 million unique viewers across platforms like ESPN, ABC, CBS, and 22 regular season games averaged over 1 million viewers each. Fans watched 136 million hours of WNBA basketball this season. That's insane.
With the Aces grappling with internal turmoil, Clark and her teammates see a rare opportunity to climb the ranks and claim a top spot. Clark's presence has also sparked an exciting rivalry, with fans eagerly anticipating a showdown between her and the Aces, especially if the Aces can regroup and rediscover their strength as a team. However, as things currently stand, the Fever might actually hold the advantage. Unlike the Aces, the Fever are united, driven, and motivated by a shared vision of rising together. With Clark leading the charge, they bring a cohesive energy that gives them a unique edge. As the 2025 season approaches, the spotlight will undoubtedly be on the Las Vegas Aces, as fans and analysts alike wait to see if they can mend their rifts and reignite the spark that once made them champions. With internal tension and simmering resentment brewing among key players, the odds are heavily stacked against them. The team that was once known for its unity now faces a steep uphill battle to reclaim its cohesive strength. Aja Wilson, as the team's centerpiece and leader, remains a formidable force on the court. However, even with her impressive leadership qualities, keeping the Aces together amid so much adversity may prove to be her toughest challenge yet. If the Aces can't reconcile and rebuild their trust, their future as a powerhouse in the WNBA could be at serious risk, leaving fans questioning the fate of this once great team. The Aces are truly at a pivotal crossroads. They can choose to confront their underlying issues, acknowledging and valuing the contributions of players like Kelsey Plum, Chelsea Gray, and Kate Martin, and make a genuine effort to reestablish team unity. This would mean recognizing that their success depends on more than just star power. It's about building trust and a supportive environment where every player feels valued. Alternatively, if they continue down their current path of division and discontent, the Aces' era of dominance could quickly come to an end. Such a decline would open the door for rising teams like the Indiana Fever to seize the spotlight and reshape the league's competitive landscape. This season could ultimately mark a turning point for the Aces, where they either reclaim their glory or watch other teams, unified and hungry, make their mark in the WNBA. The story of the Las Vegas Aces is a cautionary tale about the delicate balance required for long-term success in sports. While talent is crucial, the true strength of a team lies in unity, humility, and mutual respect. The Aces have assembled an impressive roster, but without a foundation of trust and cohesion, their dominance is at risk. Internal issues, including imbalances in recognition and roles, have created friction among key players, threatening their once unified force. For A'ja Wilson, the 2025 season will be a crucial test of her leadership and ability to unite her teammates amidst the ongoing challenges. Can she bring together the team and rebuild the trust that has been fractured? Or will the internal tensions continue to undermine the Aces' chances of success? The season will determine if the Aces can reclaim their former glory, or if they will watch rival teams like the Indiana Fever rise to take their place. For Wilson, this season is not just about performance. It's about rallying her teammates and fostering an environment where every player feels valued. The Aces' future and Wilson's legacy hinge on their ability to rediscover the unity that once made them champions. Only time will tell, but one thing is clear: the landscape of the WNBA is shifting, and the Aces' internal struggles have opened the door for other teams to rise. Whether the Aces can adapt, overcome their differences, and reclaim their position at the top, or whether they'll ultimately be left behind, is the question that will define this season for fans and league followers alike. This storyline is packed with potential drama, unexpected twists, and high-stakes excitement. As teams battle for dominance, the season promises memorable moments, intense rivalries, and possibly a few surprises that could reshape the future of the WNBA. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.